So yeah, another beautiful day here in Michigan. It's March 16th, about 50 degrees. Real windy though, but we'll take it. You can see the snow still hanging around, but it's melting quick now. But just wanted to elaborate on what I did with this bike. This is the original Das Kit L7 display, which is non-adjustable, and it governs and limits the bike, So I put this the Das Kit C7 off-road on, and I'll turn it on for a second here. The off-road kit, which allows you to, it just unleashes the true potential that this motor has. And this is just the Aspen, the NCM Aspen, so it has the 500 watt hub motor, and it just has a stock 13 amp battery, 48 volt, but stock with this one on here, it would barely go 20 miles an hour on throttle. I mean, barely. Downhill, if you were lucky with the wind to your back, yeah. And pedaling, I think I got it up to maybe 23, pedaling really hard. So with the off-road kit, I'm getting about 25 with the throttle, which is pretty good. And I got it up to 29 pedaling yesterday. Pedaling 29. So it's pretty good. I mean, it has more. I mean, I'm 57. I wasn't pedaling that hard at all. I mean, I imagine I could get it over 30 if I wanted to. I'm pedaling pretty hard. But I'm 57. I wasn't pedaling that hard. It's, you could get more out of it if you wanted to. So I'm real happy with that. But yeah, I put the adjustable gooseneck on here too, which made a hell of a difference, because this bike it's kind of cramped, and it was great downhill position stock. But again, if you're more racy, this gives you more option here to, if you're doing long rides, it's much nicer on your back. I had a gel seat, pulled it off. I put the stock one back on, which is actually a really nice seat, the stock one. So I think I'm going to keep that on there. It's so far the most comfortable seat I've used on this bike. And I put the suspension seat post on there, the Zoom, I believe it's called, which made a difference. The rack isn't stock either. I put that on. The rear rack, and these fenders, these are just those clip-on mucky nuts. Is that what that's called? Mucky nuts. And then this one's called the M-Pod, and they're real lightweight and just held on by Velcro and zip ties, And I even put one down underneath the controller too, to keep the controller from getting hammered by the tire. Zip tied one up there, which should help protect the controller a little bit. And I also used some of this Scotch shipping tape on top of the controls of the battery, because I'm told that's a big mistake there. The water gets in there, whether you're driving, raining, or washing your bike, and it completely fries the batteries out. I was told. Had a few people tell me that happened. So I just wrapped it with that Scotch shipping tape, totally waterproof, sticks perfectly, and makes that top totally waterproof so nothing can get in there. It seems to work really good so far, And I Loctited all the nuts and bolts, because the brake rotors fall off if you don't. You gotta Loctite them. Those bolts in there, you pretty much do. It'll come apart. So yeah, and then the water bottle, and I got the air pump on here, and this little pouch also. And then this one's kind of cool, because you can put your phone in there. This one allows your phone to sit in there, and then you can plug it in, keep your phone charged, but also run your apps, because I can mirror my GoPro to my phone. There's just so much you can do with these phones, right? Obviously, or listen to music, whatever you want to do. So this is really cool. I'm real happy with that. And what else did I do? I guess I put the lithium light on there, which is bright as hell, because these bikes don't come with headlights, which is kind of a bummer, but this thing comes right off. And in the mirror too. The mirror's not stock, obviously. So, barking. Dogs always barking across the street. But yeah, so it made a world of difference. It's quite it's actually a much nicer bike now. Just unleashing that power out of it made a world of difference. So, and the bars made a world of difference too. So the seat post, yeah, it helps definitely, because it takes the jar out of the jar out of it. It just, your spine, it helps those sharp impacts, And I'm only running 10 pounds of air in my tires. I weigh about 195 pounds right now. And it seems to be real good, 10 pounds, 10, 12 pounds between there. Seems to be about perfect. You can run about 30, maybe if you're just on the road and you're wanting to go real fast. But depending on your weight, 10's pretty darn good. If you're a heavier guy, you might want to dump some more air into the tires. But so yeah, I know it's just kind of an entry-level bike, but for the money, I think I paid like $1,200 for this. I got a few hundred into it though, and I'm pretty happy so far. So for my first e-bike, we'll see if the novelty wears off, and I get something else in the future. We'll see how that goes. If I earn my keep on this one and get my money's worth, I might get me a real nice bike eventually, But right now, this is going to have to do. So, yeah, so I just want to elaborate on that. And NCM Aspen, they got the Aspen Plus now with the 750 watt motor. It's supposed to be even a better bike. So, yeah, can't really go wrong. It's a lighter weight bike than a lot of the other ones, and that has a lot of the reason why I purchased it. So, appreciate it. Take care. Bye bye.